proportional to the agony that students are facing, and if it is going to help them at all?
I am connected with lot of students through Telegram only. No doubt, I have a WhatsApp contact as well, but most of the students prefer Telegram because it has no limit for the data, for the video, and for the test papers and the notes. So that's why students prefer Telegram for their communication.
Okay.
So one thing that I must say, banning a Telegram is okay. It's when it comes to the national security, as the Kuku ma'am said, that's a very good step. But banning is banning of Telegram is not the only solution, because Telegram is also available on VPN. Second thing is that there is another apps. There are lots of apps which are hidden or which are untraceable, just like Telegram. Like Discord is one of the apps. Actually, my students are using Discord. One of my students told me, sir, Telegram banning is not a solution, that I have Discord and I can manage the things on this. So what I want to say, banning a Telegram is only banning a Telegram is not a solution. First of all, we also expect you from the media that you have to show that what the action are taken by the government for those people who were involved in the paper leak. So when you show the action, the other people which are associated with the paper leak, they may afraid. However, they are not going to afraid. And I also very surprised with the students that they are
Verma, you tell us, have you personally encountered any instances where you know that papers were indeed leaked through Telegram, whether there were channels on Telegram that was selling actual question papers and making them available for students?
There were Telegram channels who were claiming that they have the NEET paper and they have the NEET paper. Actually, there is a feature in Telegram. What is that feature? If somebody has posted a paper on the Telegram, they can change that paper at any time, after the date also. So when they can change the paper, they can just simply lure the students and they can simply attract the student that we have promised that we will give the paper and we have given. Actually, they have not given the paper, but they are simply trying to be, it's like a cyber crime, you can say. They are simply showing a paper, but they don't have the paper. Actually, the paper is not leaked, but they are saying that the paper is leaked, and they are asking for 5,000 amount. So it is in the social media and it is in the news channel as well. So that I have not directly encountered any with the direct person who is selling the paper, but there were Telegram channels who were doing that.
So you're affirming that there were actually channels that were involved in leaking papers. All right. Let's take some more breaking news updates. Now, Delhi High Court has told Telegram that there appears to have been a series of meetings. Were you able to satisfy the government about the steps taken? Court says the key issue is whether powers under Section 69A of IT Act were exercised properly. High Court will be examining whether the blocking order meets the test of proportionality, and court has also asked whether the order violates the fundamental rights of Telegram's 150 million users. High Court says it will examine whether the emergency procedure under Section 69A was properly followed at all three levels: designated officer, secretary and review committee. Sambhav, I want to come to you now. This is what the High Court has observed. But from the arguments going on in the court, what do we know about how Telegram has complied to the previous directions that were issued by the government?
Well, absolutely. Here, the crucial hearing in the Telegram case is going on in the Delhi High Court before Justice Tejas Karya's bench of the Delhi High Court as we speak. And as you rightly pointed out, Delhi High Court has asked Telegram, why are you able to satisfy the government, as in the central government, about the steps taken? Because there is a bone of contention that center is saying that Telegram has not taken appropriate steps. On the other hand, Telegram is saying that we have taken appropriate steps. We took down certain URLs which were sent by the government, but here the High Court is asking whether you have taken certain steps to satisfy the government, and also The key issue is Section 69A of the Information Technology Act. Now, what is this Section 69A of the Information Technology Act 2002? Section 69A empowers the government to block the information from public access under certain specific conditions, like the interest of the sovereignty and the integrity of India, defense of India, security of states, friendly relation with the foreign states, among others, and also public order is one of the conditions under section 769A. Now the High Court is asking, okay, another issue which the Delhi High Court is asked the center to clarify is about section 79A. 79A of the Information Technology Act. Now, what is this section 79A of the Information Technology Act? Section 79A of IT Act provides, in a way, safe harbor, a protection to the intermediaries, exempting them from the liability for third-party content. So here, this question is being asked by the Delhi High Court to the center whether due diligence under certain sections like section 69A and section 79 of the Information Technology Act due diligence is followed or not is the question. Now the center will have to reply because Solicitor General is present in the courtroom for the central government, and it is to be seen what the Solicitor General will have to say. So these two important sections of the Information Technology Act, one section 69A and the second section 79 of the IT Act, is being discussed in the Delhi High Court. On one hand, Telegram is saying that due diligence was followed, we were completely in touch with the government, and we were taking down certain URLs.
Yeah, Sambhav, but tell me, what was Telegram's response when the court has asked it if it was able to satisfy the government? What did Telegram tell the court about the steps that it took when previous such directions were given to it? All right, we've encountered technical glitches with Sambhav's connection there. But these are the latest updates. The High Court has, of course, questioned Telegram and asked it whether it was able to satisfy the government previously. And, of course, it's asking for examination on different levels. Now, I want to come back once again to our NEET faculty. Mukesh Verma is there with us here. Mukesh Verma, steps and these orders have only been issued for Telegram as of now. You were also talking about how there are other apps also that students use, that you use as teachers. Is this enough? Is this ban enough as of now just on Telegram?
No, definitely this ban is not enough, and the paper can be circulated by various other modes. So the government has to take a strict action, especially on the culprits. So when you people show the action what has been taken by the government to the culprits, then only there could be a fear. In simple way, I can say that there must be an action like Yogi Baba's style. So Yogi Baba's style action may work on that, but simply banning a Telegram will not only work, because there are other methods. As for the national security, it is good, but actually it is affecting a lot of students. I am not able to connect with those students who are connected with the Telegram. So there were a lot of students who were asking questions and clearing their doubts, but right now I am not in contact with them. So this is a problem with my students and with me also.
All right, I'll come back to you. For now, we have some breaking updates. Now, the bench has said that the discussion going on between you, referring to Telegram, and the government was not in the context of 69A. Section 69A does not require any discussion. That is with respect to due diligence under Section 79, and Section 79 provides safe harbor protection to intermediaries, exempting them from liability for third-party content as long as they observe due diligence and act upon lawful directions. Section 69A does not require any discussion, is what the court is telling. Advocate Jain, why don't you help us elaborate that for our viewers?
See, this is absolutely fine because if you'll see into 69 is the power being given, and the proportionality test that you're talking about, it practically has three level of understanding, and there have been plethora of judgments by the Supreme Court where they have put across those proportionality aspect to understand whether it is meeting the conditions which are laid down under Section 69. Number one, if the authority, the nodal agency, the authority feels it appropriate when it comes to security, national security, or law and order, or sovereignty of the nation. Also, is there any milder way rather than restricting or banning it? If there is no milder way, then you have to go for it. But if you'll see, government here has tried the milder part also by telling Telegram that these channels are the one who are leaking it and this is what is happening. If these continuous meetings are happening and they are not going ahead and abiding with Indian laws, I think we have tasked government to practically act upon it, because at last you're talking about future of the students over here, which is very sensitive over here, and also the students who are medical students. So if you look into it, it's a very severe or a grave issue in the future if medical students come after the cheating and they have been there and they are tasked with the health of the nation or the people into it. That's number one. When you talk about the second part of it, which is your Section 69 of the IT Act, that's practically a safe harbor protection which is being given to all these platforms, that you are nobody but a platform in between where I write, you read, I share, you get that. So practically these platforms have nothing to do with it. They don't do crime per se, hence they are given a safe harbor protection under the Act. But the Indian laws or any other law in the world probably have come up with it that because these platforms have become a notorious place when it comes to crime, there has to be some sense of ownership. Either you share. So India also came up with changes in the IT Act by saying that you enjoy the safe harbor protection being a platform, but provided you cooperate with the Indian government, you cooperate when there is any order by the court by sharing information. If there is a law and order situation, a crime has been committed, you have to share the information of the person who has committed the crime. Now, if you don't share all these things, that means you're abating or aiding in the crime, and hence you're also a party of the crime, and that's where your Section 69, the safe harbor protection, will be taken away by you, and you will also be tried in the court the way a criminal has been tried or the person who has committed the crime. This is what the discussion is happening over there, and I think we have to wait and watch, because this might turn out to be one of the important judgments in this entire line of Section 79 when it comes to safe harbor protection.
All right. Right. Mr. Verma, I want to come back to you once again. Have so far students come to you and complained about facing difficulties in preparations because of this ban?
Of course, at the last time when the students need to communicate with the teachers.
But is there no alternative that can be used? Can that communication that was happening on Telegram not shift to other platforms?
Actually, there were alternatives, but if it was communicated in time, there were alternatives. We can share our WhatsApp numbers and we can share our different contacts. But all of a sudden, this decision has been taken, so we were not able to share our WhatsApp contact. Actually, we preferred our Telegram because we don't want to distribute our telephone number to each and every student. That is why we were on the Telegram. But all of a sudden, when the Telegram has gone banned, there are a lot of students who are not able to connect us. At this time, there is no other means to contact them. Then how can they can contact you and how we can contact them?
So there are no emails exchanged.
We are working on that.
All right, sure.
Please.
All right. Sambhav is also joining us as of now. Sambhav, what is the latest as far as the arguments in the court goes?
A crucial hearing in the Delhi High Court is absolutely, a crucial hearing in the Delhi High Court is going on as we speak, and here there are important remarks made by the Delhi High Court, and the High Court has said that the right to free speech belongs to Telegram users. And also High Court has said that the earlier Karnataka High Court had held that platform users does not have a fundamental right to free speech. I mean, the platform is not having a fundamental right, is what the High Court has said. And the High Court has further said that the core question is whether Section 69A can be used to block an entire platform or not.
Right, and there is another breaking update that we have in fact got. Let's take that up. Now, in a big observation, the court has addressed the impact caused on the students, and court has asked if the entire app can be banned and to what extent it can be exercised. This was exactly the discussion that we were having, Mr. Verma, just now. If the impact caused on the student is large enough for the ban to continue its exercises, talking about the alternative teaching arrangements that can be made, how easy or difficult is it going to be?
Actually, it is not very easy, but we are managing with that because, as the Kushma ma'am said, that it is the time for the national security and we have to stand with the nation first. If somebody is